Quite a change in scenario for the Irish in that pursuit of what looked like a pretty decent total. But at the 10-over mark, things look very, very similar. Let's just confirm to you where Ireland stand at this stage at the halfway mark. And this is it, 2 wickets down for 73. Just a couple of overs ago, it was looking so different with Stirling and Captain Balbirnie going really well. Santner had gone for a few in his first. Sodhi had gone for a few in his first. But things change very quickly. Here on Cricbuzz Comm Box, I'm joined by Ajay Jadeja. None for 13 in his first over, Santner. None for 16 in his first over, Sodhi. Both came back with a wicket of the first ball of their second over.
Yeah, and till that stage, they were in a little bit of bother. You suddenly saw the calm Kiwis a little rattled, and those 2 wickets have probably turned it around. I mean, at one stage, it looked a little dangerous for the Kiwis, but at this moment, they've got enough in the bank in terms of number of overs with each bowler. So Captain Williamson can play around the way he would like to play and enough on the board. But hadn't those 2 wickets gone, things would have been a little tight.
Yes, both Balbirnie and Stirling were doing what they do. They play aggressively. Not them. They still have a few players down the order. We know exactly what the middle order is capable of. We saw that rescue act against the Australians, which may not have won them the game, but it certainly had dented Australia's potential net run rate. Well, in the middle of our conversation, it appears that another wicket has fallen. Harry Tector has come and gone, a second wicket for Mitch Santner. So I think just tightening the screws are the experienced Kiwis.
Yeah, they're tightening the screws, and you expect them to do that. I mean, what the start that the Irish got, yes, the players have the capability, but you expect Kiwis to hold on to it. And it's almost like the floodgates have now just opened. Suddenly, at one stage, it looked they were in a position where they could start dominating, and this is where the inexperience comes in. The importance of Kane Williamson's innings would people who like strike rates would understand what was the importance of that innings, because now everything just seems to be crumbling. And there's another thing when you're an Irish side or a side which is lesser than the bigger side, is there is no expectation at the start of the innings. But when you get into that positions where you start thinking, oh, we've got a chance, we shouldn't lose this one, suddenly the game changes.
Yeah, they've sent Delaney out, Curtis Camphor still to come, and of course their hero from the other night, Lorcan Tucker, he's still to come as well. He's actually out there with Gareth Delaney at the other end. So it's all to play for the Irish. But interestingly, if we go back to the bowling, we saw Santner hit for a few in his first over. Sodhi was hit for a few. They were obviously targeting the spinners. They've come back well. But what I think Ireland did well was against the experience of Bolt and Southee. Yes, it's maybe not the conditions that they're used to with a bit of movement, but still, you would have thought that between those two stalwarts, they would have maybe got one breakthrough at some point.
Yeah, you expect them to do that, and you expect them, especially the way Paul Stirling and Balbirnie generally approach. But today they had a different kind of approach. I mean, they did try to get as many as they can, but they were, 38 in that first 6 overs. Normally, if you don't lose a wicket, you think they'd probably go for a lot more. So it was a bit of a cat and mouse game going on there, and I think at that moment, they did what they could. Southee and Bolt bowled the perfect lines and lengths. It's just that the luck didn't go their way, or the opposition was good enough at that stage to make sure that, okay, we won't lose a wicket here. So they probably won that little battle there, but won't say that these two guys didn't bowl well enough.
Well, you had a feeling that the Irish would run it very, very close. With these 3 wickets down, where do you stand?
Oh, I don't think they get anywhere close to this total now, because 113 when we came here, 10 overs with 8 wickets in hand. Now it's all about 29 short is what I think is where Ireland would finish, 29-30 short.
Yeah, and that's, I think, will be a relief for New Zealand, as we confirmed to you. Just 1 short is all New Zealand would be happy with. Net run rate is not an issue. The biggie is getting the 2 points. And at the moment, they're in the driver's seat to get that. 3 wickets to the spinners. And of course, the likes of Ferguson, Bolt and Southee, all to come back with half their spells in the bag. That's all we have on Cricbuzz Comm Box.